Hello, I'm Cara Sevens and welcome to Print 7 News, bringing you the latest stories from the last week in the print industry. This week, packaging, innovations and Empack delayed until May. Morrisons makes big milk label move. The IPIA brings the industry together. And Crowdfunder saves UK specialist bookshop. First, event organiser Easy Fairs has announced that the 2022 edition of its Packaging, Innovations and Empack show has been delayed. The event had been due to take place at the NEC in Birmingham in February, but will now run at the same venue from May the 25th to the 26th. The change is due to recommendations to work from home and new travel restrictions affecting overseas participants. Next, Morrisons has announced changes to the way it will label its own brand milk in a bid to reduce waste. The move comes following research that milk is the third most wasted food and drink product in the UK, next to potatoes and bread. Morrisons will switch from use by dates to best before dates and encourage customers to use the sniff test method to check the milk's quality. Now, last month, the IPIA brought industry members together for a day of networking and an evening of awards and live music. For many, it was the first chance to get together with peers since before the pandemic. We caught up with Brendan Perring, General Manager of the association, about why it's important for events such as these.
I think that the lifeblood of the print industry in the UK is about networking, personal relationships, referrals, and we all have our own networking little hubs and channels, but it's so important that they get connected together to create new opportunities. And so throughout the last year, we've had online networking, and we've run all sorts of different events and avenues to facilitate and replace as much as we can that interaction and creating those networking sparks. But the reality is that in-person networking is the highest quality and best way for people to create new opportunities. So it's also really important, as with your own event, a massive event, the print show, that our industry has these points throughout the year that create economic stimulus, that get buyers and suppliers together. Whether you are a printer that wants to meet print buyers, whether you are a supplier that wants to meet printers, all of these interactions need to take place, and the industry needs to get shaken up so that you create this new economic opportunity and you stimulate buying. Literally, you stimulate it by having these events. So we're really determined to have an event that could help create economic stimulus for the print industry, because we really need it. And so that was our inspiration: mini expo, networking lunch in the middle to keep all of the delegates around the expo. And then you have this interaction between printers, buyers, suppliers, and then follow that up just with a party. Just, everyone needs to have fun. We had the awards night to recognize the work of our members throughout the course of the year and celebrate that. And yeah, it just worked. It worked. We were super surprised. I mean, we had a hard time with COVID pullouts, as always, within 2 weeks of the event and so forth, but we just kept pushing. And I think on the day, it ended up being more than the sum of its parts, because people hadn't seen each other for over 2 years. And when everyone came together, it was almost a really emotional atmosphere. Yeah, so everyone had a good time. But now we have awards like Young Leader Award, IPA Community Champion, Sustainability Advocate, all of these sort of new items that we really seek to. Our membership do so much incredible work over the course of the year, but a lot of them don't shout about it. The awards is our way of recognizing and telling everyone, without them having to, that this is a tremendous business. And it's done just through the members voting. So it goes out for nominations. The members of the IPA nominate fellow members. It then is open for a month and voting takes place, and it's the members who vote. And it's a completely transparent and open process. One member, one vote. You can't vote for yourself. Yeah, it's the most number of votes from the membership. You then get the winner. Second most number of votes is highly commended. And yeah, it's then a sort of peer-led process. This Omicron variant has created another paradigm for us as event organizers to try and cope with. And it means that we've had this variant and there's going to be other variants. It's going to happen. There are going to be other this is going to keep evolving, and we're going to have to keep up the arms race on the other side to fight it. We're going to be running the big breakfast again every month online, not every 2 weeks, because there will be a return to some in-person events. So do that once a month. And then, if fate allows it, we'll run our Recognizing Excellence event again in December next year.
And finally, New Beacon Books, the UK's first and only remaining black publisher and specialist bookshop, has been saved thanks to its community fundraiser. Thanks to a crowdfunded campaign launched by actor and academic Francesca Gilbert, the store raised £76,000 in just a few days. The initiative has saved the shop from closing and moving entirely online. That's all for this week's Print 7 news, but for now you can stay up to date with all the news in the industry at printmonthly.co.uk, view much more video content over on our Print 7 News YouTube channel, or join in with the conversation on Twitter and LinkedIn. We'll see you next week.